Welcome to lesson 101, our first lesson in our 100 series of lessons on harmonium. And this is a lesson for beginners. Today we will begin with naming of the notes on the keyboard. First, you would see the keyboard has white and black notes. The naming system, and I suggest you begin by looking at the Western naming system. If we look at the black notes on the keyboard, we would notice they are arranged in groups of 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3. And this actually would be used in order to remember the notes. So if we look at the group of 2, the white note immediately before that group of 2 is called the C note. And we begin with C. I suggest you begin with C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. This one is C again because it's immediately preceding the 2 black notes. And it's really repeated. It's called an octave. We have the middle octave, which I just pointed out, and there is the lower octave and the upper octave. In Hindi, we say madhya, meaning middle octave, or madhya saptak. We have mandra saptak, which is the lower, and we have tar saptak, which is the upper. Now, then the black notes are named in reference to the white notes. If we go from any note to the next note above or below it, the interval is a half note, or in the English system, it's called a semitone. So from C to the black note above it, that's a half note. So if we look, we can see half, 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 half. Although these are 2 white notes, it's still a half spacing or interval. And again, half, 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 half. And the naming of the black notes, if this is C, if we are going up, we say C sharp. This black note is C sharp. And we can say also, if we are coming down, it's a D flat. So the same note can be called C sharp or D flat. We have D sharp, E flat, F sharp, G flat, G sharp or A flat, and A sharp or B flat. Now by convention, there are some terms that we do not use. For instance, we don't say D sharp. We normally refer to this note as E flat. So the normal naming would be C sharp, E flat, F sharp, A flat, and B flat. And of course it's repeated in the lower and upper octaves. Today we will be doing major scales, and we will begin with the C major scale. The C major scale begins with the note C. So the scale is actually C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. If we look at that very carefully, we would see the interval from C to D is a half plus a half, which is 1. Then we have a half plus a half again, so another 1. Then half, 1, 1, 1, half. So the interval pattern for the scale, the major scale, is we don't count the note, of course, that we begin on. We say 1, 1, a half, 1, 1, 1, a half. And that's the pattern for major scales. We can take that same pattern and apply it anywhere on this keyboard. And let's say I began here. It would be 1, 1, half, 1, 1, 1, a half. So I suggest that don't try to get ahead of yourself. Let's begin with the C major scale. I just showed you that to compare, to show consistency. So the C major scale, and I want you probably saw what I was doing just now in terms of the fingering of the scale. It goes, if we take the 5 fingers of the hand and we number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it would be 1, 2, 3. We slide the thumb under, so we start back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's look at that again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the practice that is required in order to learn this scale with the correct fingering. If we do not use the correct fingers to play the notes, it will lead to problems later on. I also suggest each note should have an equal time given to it. So I don't think you should be practicing like this. No, it should be equal time. And down the scale, it's the reverse. Also, I know it's probably difficult in the beginning, but do not press more than one note at a time. So we do not want, those are actual, there is some use of that later on in advanced playing, but we are not at that stage here. So again, the practice is don't try to go too fast. Begin slowly, and as you master the scale, then you can develop speed. I suggest you also practice, if you have one, use a metronome or get one fairly soon if you intend to continue with this. And if I can just start up my metronome here, you will see what I mean. See what the practice is? Of course, you can speed that up as well. That speed there is 120. I suggest you can probably, when you now begin, go down a little bit, let's say to 90 or 100 beats per minute. And then as you develop the skill on the harmonium, you'll be able to go a little bit faster. Now, I hope this lesson helps you. We will be continuing in lesson 102 next. So until we meet again,